Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to learn how to solve equation with variables on both sides. So this is our title. It is prepared and presented by Mr. Khalid Raha, or Khalid Sayyid Raha. Okay, so let's take a short look or a small look on our objectives. So the main objective here is that by the end of this lesson, students will be able to solve equation with variables on both sides. So again, students will be able to solve equation with variables on both sides here. Okay. So let's say that the behavioral objectives that I can solve the complex equation with unknown variables on both sides, okay? And I will be able also to solve complex equations with unknown on both sides. So level 6C, that I can solve equations with unknowns on both sides, like this example, and level 5 is that solving simple equation with unknowns on both sides, like this example. Okay, so for self-assessment, okay, you have to fill the self-assessment paper in front of you. I know I have achieved this or that after you finish. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, the next slide, we have one example here. The example is 5x minus 4 equals 2x plus 14. How can we solve this equation? Step 1 is to move all the unknowns together. Okay, so we are gonna move the x's on one side. So the 2x, we are gonna subtract 2x from both sides. So minus 2x from here and minus 2x from here, and we will simplify. So minus 2x from here means 0, and minus 2x from the other side means 5. Let's simplify it. So 5x minus 2x equals 3x. So the equation will be like this: 3x minus 4 equals 14. Okay, so now since I have the equation now simpler, the next step is that I'm gonna move all the known variables or the known values to the other side or to one side. Okay, move all the known values together by doing inverse operation also. So 3x minus 4 equals 14. We're gonna move by adding 4 to both sides. So 4 in this side means 0, and 4 in this side means it's gonna be 18, and let's simplify it. So now the equation will be 3x equals 18. Let's make it simpler. Okay, the last step, you solve the value of x by doing inverse operations, like 3x equals 18. So I'm going to divide by 3. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So now 3x by 3 means 1, and 18 by 3 means 6. So now I got the answer, which is x equals 6. Now let's move to example number 2. In example number 2, I also have both sides have unknown variables, as you can see, x here and x in the other side. Okay, so 4x plus 2 equals 7 minus x. So what is the first step that we should follow? Yes, exactly. We should gather all the unknown variables together. So I'm gonna do this by adding x to both sides. So adding x here, with this is minus x, I will add 1x to it, so it becomes 0. And here I will add 1x to the 4x, it becomes 5x. Let's simplify it. So now 4x plus 1 equals 5x. So the equation is this shape: 5x plus 2 equals 7. Step number 3 after simplifying. So step number 1 was moving the unknown ones to one side. Step number 2 was simplifying. Step number 3 is to move all the known values to the other side. Let's see step number 3 here. Okay, we are going to move all the known variables together. 5x plus 2 equals 7. So this 2 needs to move to the other side. We are going to subtract 2 from both sides. 2 minus 2 is 0, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So now 5x equals, this simplified, 5x equals 5. Now we are going to solve it by inverse operations also. So 5x equals 5. So this means that we are going to divide by 5. So x equals 1. This is the result by the end. Okay. So this is activity number 1. And activity number 1, you are going to solve the linear equation with unknown on both sides. So this equation needs to be solved. As you can see, there is 1x here and 2x's here. Okay, so both sides have unknowns. The first step, I want to remind you that the first step that we should move all the unknown variables to one side and then simplify. After simplifying, you have to move all the known values to the other side, and then you can simplify. After simplifying, everything is going to be clear for you after you solve, so you can solve it. Okay, let's see here. This step, this is the equation itself. Okay, let's move the unknowns together. So I'm gonna subtract 1x from here and 1x from here, so it becomes 1x equals 4. So it is done. Okay, 1x equals 4, so it is done. It is simple. Okay, solved. Let's move to one of the critical thinking questions. What is the first step to do if the question was 3 to 1 bracket, x plus 4, close the bracket, equals 15 plus x. Okay, so what do you think is the first step? Is it to move the unknown values to get this in front of you? Or is it number B, to move all the known values together by doing inverse operations? Or is it number C, it's multiplying out the bracket or adding the unknown values together? Now let's check the answer. It is multiplying out the bracket. Now this is your exit ticket. You can take 3 minutes to solve this equation as an exit ticket. Okay, 3 minutes are done. Let's revise what are the steps. First step, take the unknown variables or the unknowns together, and then you simplify. Then you take the knowns together to another side, and then you simplify, and then you can answer it. Okay, so multiply out the bracket. Okay, 3x plus 4 equals, multiply every term by 3. So the 3 is going to multiply by x, and then the 3 is going to multiply by 4. 3 times x means 3x, and then 3 times 4 means it is 12. After that, you have it solved in front of you. So now you have this equation, this is the shape of the new equation, 3x plus 12 equals 15 plus x. Now you can solve it by gathering the unknowns together and simplifying, then gathering the knowns together, then simplifying. Okay, now we are gathering the unknowns together. Okay, and then we are going to simplify. So this x is going to move to the other side by subtracting 1x, okay, or by adding 1x. It's up to you. Now, step 5 is going to be move the known ones together, and then you simplify, and then you got the answer. Okay. So this is your the task, homework task, and these are the answers. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.